Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vida en Cero Gravedad. Life in Zero Gravity. Tú sabes las vibras. You know the motherfucking vibes. Oops, I cussed in the first 15 seconds. I'm gonna get super demonetized once again. Oh well. I just gotta do me, baby. I put that this is not for kids. I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world if kids hear me say a couple curse words. I don't think that's gonna destroy them. Especially like the stuff that's available on YouTube, man. You can't keep track of all of it. I gotta watch what Astro watches. There's all types of weird stuff. Honestly, you just never know. I want to take the chance. Gotta be careful. But anyway, what are we gonna get to today? I got all types of topics. First thing I'm gonna get to, some GI Joes look really gay, right? Like from the old cartoon, they're like the handlebar mustache and like the biker cap, like that one from the. If you've never seen the GI Joe PSAs, I highly recommend it. It's a relic from the beginning of YouTube and all that. But those, I always think that I'm going to outgrow them, but I don't know if it says more about my lack of growth or the fact that they're just funny. But I still laugh at them every time I see them. And they're so stupid. They're just so low IQ, but they're hilarious every single time. Maybe hilarious is too. Some of them are hilarious, but it might be too strong a term for all of them. GI Joe PSAs, baby. What could you say? But man, like they look like Tom of Finland art. If you've never seen Tom of Finland art, I would recommend looking that up. It's like these guys just wearing it's like a bunch of cops and bikers and like tough guys, and they just have these massive bulges, and a lot of them are like kissing and stuff like that. And it's just pretty hilarious, honestly. He was a gay artist, Tom of Finland. Is he still around? I don't want to say that he's dead or anything because I don't know. I legit forget. I should have made sure of that. Now I can't check. I'm sorry. Look up. Let me know. Is Tom of Finland still around? Either way, he's a good artist. He chose to put it into a field. I mean, I would think it was hilarious too if there was a male, like a straight male artist that just drew girls with big titties, and it was like fine art, girls with big titties and big asses. That would be pretty funny. It is funny that this gay dude, like, I don't think I've ever seen any of his art where the dudes didn't have like big wangs, and that's funny. I'm sorry, Tom of Finley, you a fool for that. Tom of Finley, you a fool for this one. Remember when they used to? It would be like, Manny Fresh, you a fool for this beat. They used to have like they would say that. They shout out the producer. They don't do that as much anymore. Probably because a lot of these producers are just pulling loops off of like these loop packs and throwing their little shitty drums on them. The little like minor chord progressions. Anyway, let me not get into that. But yeah, that's just like it reminded me of that. A lot of the GI Joes are just very gay looking, looking like Tom of Finland art. I can't take credit for this, but it's hilarious, and I'm going to throw it in here. It was viral on the internet. Maybe not even viral, it just went to my algorithm. But, like, the G.I. Joe catchphrase is, knowing is half the battle. And then someone added, and extreme violence is the other half. Because it's kind of funny. It's like, these soldiers are telling us, like, the soldiers and the PSAs are giving you advice on, like, what to do. And it's like, I mean, we can't all just kill people, Like, that's not all of our solution, as much as we may want to. I'm just kidding. Don't cancel me. Yeah, but I just thought that was funny. Knowing is half the battle. The other half is extreme violence. And Tom Cruise. There's just more evidence that they're turning our soldiers gay. Tom Cruise, Top Gun, gay propaganda. Could it be? G.I. Joe, gay propaganda. I did think it was funny that like the G.I. Joes are supposed to be like these like bastions of like American masculinity, and like if you saw the same guys looking like that now, they look like caricatures. Like they look like I've been to San Francisco, right? I've seen a line of dudes that looked like They looked like a line of GI Joes going into a club, you know. So that's just the type of stuff that they would not be out of place at all at a pride parade. I don't know. I'm not laughing at gay people. I'm just laughing at the irony of like how anti-gay a lot of stuff was back then, but yet it was very gay at the same time without realizing it. You know, like it's pretty funny, man. It's pretty funny. You got to think that you have come across multiple people in your life that you didn't know were gay. If you're a homophobe, I find that very funny. You're probably just sitting there having no idea, just oblivious to their gayness while being angrily homophobic yourself. Like, it's pretty funny that you've come across those people. I find it funny. I don't know, man. But speaking of gay, you. Yes, you. You watching, you listening right now. You are gay. Why are you checking me out? Why are you looking at me like that? Anyway. I went to Unz Halloween. Went to Unz Halloween party, speaking of gay. In downtown LA, speaking of gay. Downtown El Gay. You know. Don't tell New Jack I said that. He's gonna come after me, and it might be the you kind. He might come after me. He might be just nutting. You never know. You never know with that gay. If you know New Jack, tell him I said that because it's too funny, man. I just fuck around. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not gonna rip New Jack right now. I'm just being funny. Just a joke. It's just a joke. I say it out loud. I ain't afraid. My brother was getting hit on by gays. He had like a Tom of Finland style milkman outfit on. I just thought that was funny. Like, are you the ice cream man? Do you have some cream for me? But it's fun. Like, and then I got to thinking, like, there is, and I feel like I've mentioned it before, but there's like a gay accent, right? Does that count as an accent? If enough gay dudes talk like that, does it count as an accent? I think it does. I think it actually does. And it kind of sounds like a mixture of like white women and black women, the gay accent, basically, you know? Somewhere along those lines. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. But for sure, like, if you just took like the words themselves, because I'm not saying the gay dudes sound like black women, like literally sound like black women, but I am saying that like the words they use and the sequence of words can be very similar. I feel like they bit black women's swag a lot of times. Maybe vice versa too. It's giving like that, all that stuff, like the voguing and all that. You know, it is funny. It's funny to think of the homophobes that have probably stolen swag from gay dudes too, without even realizing it. I'm sure that has happened a lot. Hip hop is rampant with that. There's a lot of like very flamboyant and gay rappers that are also themselves anti. Oh, it's the cut master entering. Cut master enters. Yeah, I was just talking about the. I was thinking about like milkmen. I think the milkman is just a side hustle. It's like a cover for like professional bitch fuckers. That's what it seems like, right? Like that's like their main job, and they're just a milkman to cover it. And I got maybe that's why there's no more milkmen anymore. That's what I was thinking. People got tired of it. I ordered milk, not your cream. You got to think. Got to question that. The milkman. Yeah. I know I've mentioned that before too. But you know what? Sometimes we got to go back to the classics. That's what they do. That's what the milkmen do. Speaking of gays, happy birthgays to my gay brothers, such as Kurt. You didn't see him, but he was out. You might have been able to hear him. He was off camera. Kurt, Cutmaster Kurt. There he was. But happy birthdays to them, both of my gay brothers. Both of my gay brothers. They're both Scorpios. Ooh, we got stingers on our backs. Pinch, pinch. gay, gay scorpions. Ooh, that's why I imagine scorpions are a little gay, right? Little gay. No, yeah. But don't get me wrong. I fuck around, have a good time. I know this is provocative, funny, but in all seriousness, happy birthday gays to them. I almost said birthdays. Happy birthdays to them. One November 4th, one November 8th. Kurt, Ben, I hope you. We got to celebrate Ben's already. We didn't get to celebrate Kurt's. So, looking forward to that. I got stuff planned. And yeah, I mean, it's interesting because today it finally hit me that there are some similarities between them. Like, one, they're not the most talkative guys in the world. You know, they are both pretty to themselves a lot of the time, I would say. I didn't realize until I really thought about it. I'm like, yeah, they both kind of just want to chill and, like, not, you know, they would be fine not saying anything for long periods of time. That's an interesting thing. I don't know how much I believe in that horoscope mumbo jumbo, the astrology mumbo jumbo, but I do think I thought there was something to that, and I thought it was interesting. You know, just reflected on it. It's like, yeah, that is kind of a thing, isn't it? You know, so it made sense. Honestly, made sense. But yeah, it was good to spend some time with them. I felt like I actually made a difference on Ben's birthday because I think my parents gave him an iPad like weeks ago. But it's weird when it is your birthday and you don't get a gift like the day of, you know? So I'm glad if I wouldn't have given him gifts, then he wouldn't have actually gotten anything the day of. So I felt good about that, you know? And I'm a good gift giver. I could brag about that. Ask anyone who's gotten a gift from me. Like, I'm thoughtful. I like to think of stuff that you might not get yourself, but that you would like. Things like that. So, yeah, I try to be courteous and kind and just think of good ideas for gifts. Yeah, so I think I did that, and I'm happy about that. So I hope you had a great birthday, Ben. I know it was a little rough there. You know, he's been going through stuff. He's having a transition going to school and living in dorms and all that. Like, it's a different experience for him. I hope he enjoys it. I got him like he likes pandas, so I got him this panda basil plant to put on his desk. I got him like a chainsaw man uh like figure that sits, which is pretty cool. He can sit on your desk and stuff instead of like the normal, like, oh, it's a figure on a stand that's standing up. It's kind of cool to have one that can just like sit and chill like that, you know. So I thought that was cool. And I got him a hat. It has a dog eating ramen on it. It looks like a Shiba Inu. I messed that up. Shiba Inu. Yeah. I want to get one of those, but they're expensive because of Dogecoin. I haven't even checked on my Dogecoin in a while. I still have some Dogecoin. I have no idea if it's going to take off again, but, you know, I don't think it's bad to have alternate cash. Come at me, bros. Come at me, U.S. government. I'm going to do it. But yeah, yeah. It was good to spend some time. Pinch, pinch, pinch. So, some of you have probably heard of Charlie Kirk, or at the very least, you've been pulled into the gravitational pull of his fucking massive head. It's weird that you could have that big of a head and have so little brains in there, right? Fucking Charlie Kirk is such a dumbass. God. Jesus. The logic is easy to poke holes in. I watched this rant with Charlie Kirk where he's comparing trans people to evil Nazis. He's saying that they're evil for, like, wanting to be men, wanting to be women, like, and maybe biologically being born with different reproductive parts. The thing that I have to say, and I feel I've said this so many times, but it bears repeating, is that people are born with different amounts of chemicals. Some people are literally born with both parts, so what the fuck? I would like to confront a conservative, like, fucking crazy person with that. Like, okay, this person was literally born with a dick and a vagina. What do you have to say about that? You want to get on this shit about like how, oh, they're really a man, they're really what the fuck do you do then? What do you do then? Let's say they got one titty. One female titty, one male titty. Then what do you have to say? Because y'all act like it's like a choice or some shit. You know, don't make me bring back the goddamn trough. Don't make me bring back the trough. Maybe they're so insecure about it because, like, they've been with a transgender male to female person and she had a bigger dick than they did. That's what I would have to think. Anyone that's that fucking angry about it probably has a little dick, right? That would suck, honestly. If you did have a little dick and then like you're with a transgender male to female, it's like, oh, I've been taking hormones to shrink it, and like, so they've been doing that, and their dick's still bigger. That would fucking suck, man. That'd be pretty humiliating. So I get that. I understand. Never mind. Maybe it is evil. No, he was saying it was evil, and I'm like, okay. I okay, so I totally get this point. I do think that if you are transgender, male to female, female to male, and you're going to be intimate with someone in a sexual way, you should tell that person prior to that for both of your sake. Don't let, and really probably a significant amount of time before so they can decide if that's something they want to do. Because you don't deserve for someone to switch up on you and be like, oh, well, I didn't know that, so I'm not interested. So it would be better not to, like, keep that hidden. I would say that. I do think that you should probably not hide that. Then again, but not everyone needs to know. I would say I don't think you're obligated to tell the entire world, like, hey, everyone, I had a dick, but you know what? Now I feel like I don't want that dick anymore and I want to embrace my femininity. I don't think you're obligated to tell people that. I don't think you are. Like, people that you aren't going to date. But if you are going to date them, I think you should tell them. You know? And maybe you don't even need to tell them on the first date. I get that. Maybe you don't need to do that. Maybe you should see if you even want to get to know them. I personally think you should probably be as upfront as you can. But make sure you're safe, obviously, because there's fucking crazy people out there. You know? I do think it's good that a lot of times you see it on their profiles, on like dating profiles, it'll say like that they're trans, or even as simple as just having the trans flag. It's like, okay, you know, you're allowing people to decide if they're interested, instead of like, I have also been around transgender people that have concealed it and not told people until they were already intimate with them, you know, like, and at that point I think that's, I would hate to see violence because of that. And honestly, it's not, I don't think it's worthy of violence. It seems like an insecure thing to do for me, for you to like immediately jump to pummeling them or whatever. But at the same time, as a trans person, you should be aware that that is a response that happens. Like, you could get killed for that, and I think it's a total overreaction. It's totally wrong, and just the punishment doesn't fit the crime. I'm big on that. Like, does the punishment fit the crime? Like, yeah, okay, it's fucked up they lied to you about being trans, but do they deserve to fucking die? No, that's fucking crazy, you know? And honestly, most of the time when I see a story like that, I'm like, how did you not know? You know, like, I'm already suspicious, like when I see certain things. For one thing, like, most women are not 6 feet or even close to that. Very few women are 6 feet. So if she's 6 feet, I'm not saying every time, but you gotta kind of wonder, there's a 1% chance that this is a woman if she's 6 feet. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's a 1% chance that this is a non-trans woman, I should say. So, yeah. And I've met, you know, I know a lot of y'all don't see them as women. I have met transgender women, gotten to know them, and I do see them as women. I do feel like there are probably, not even probably, there are women that are born with less estrogen and more testosterone than some of these transgender male to female people. I think that would be an important distinction that a lot of y'all should understand. Everybody's born differently. We're still squeezing into fucking archaic gender roles, and like people embrace that shit. And I'm like, bro, there's no update in the last thousands of years. Like, there's no like, maybe things are a little different now. Like, it just has to stay like this for eternity. Like, that's just how it is. But I get it. Some people say the Bible's the word of God, and they find passages in there that say like that's wrong and shit. Okay. I personally don't believe that a benevolent, omnipotent God like that would give a fuck. Honestly, like, no, they can't be doing that. I gave them a dick and they must keep that dick. I don't think a God gives a fuck like that, honestly. I really don't. If they don't keep that dick, then they will burn in hell for eternity. Doesn't that sound wild? I don't know. But yeah, so Charlie Kirk, dumbass Charlie Kirk, he was going off about it, you know. And sadly, some of my friends agreed with this. And really what it comes down to is like, you're mad because they compete in sports, like let's say it's male to female transgender, competing against females in a sport, and they win. It's still just a stupid fucking sport. It doesn't mean anything. And you know what my solution is? Just make all the sports genderless. Fuck it. Let's see what the fuck happens. You can't tell me that shit would not be entertaining to watch, like, I don't know, a field of like, let's say 15 men and 5 women, and the women just get absolutely smoked. How hilarious would that be? Come on. Women say they're equal? Let's fucking find out. Can you throw... is there a girl out there? Can you throw a fucking spiral like Patrick Mahomes? Let's fucking see. Let's fucking find out. No, but for real. Honestly, I'm just like, fuck it. This trivial ass shit, let's just see what happens. I bet you... I know that there's women that can compete. Maybe there won't be, but what if they end up being better than everyone expects? Then what? How about that? Because we do this sexist shit where it's like, oh, they're women, they can't compete with men. Like, some of these girls are tough as hell. They're tougher than these bitch ass men, and they could win. You know, women can win at tennis. We've seen that shit. I think some of these female basketball players would do really well. Probably a lot of them would do really well. They could beat some of the scrubs on like these NBA teams. They could probably beat some of the starters. So shit, the best top tier players in the WNBA, I'm sure could hang with the NBA players. It's not impossible to think, you know. It's silly. I bet you female fighters, if they're the same size as men, if they weigh in the same, I bet you some of them could do well. You know, it's not impossible. It's not impossible to think. I don't know why people... We just coddle too much, and we do this ironic sexist shit where it's like, oh, we have to protect women. But it makes it like, okay, they're not that weak, though. Like, a lot of women are strong, so we're actually doing some ironically sexist shit by holding them down like that. But I digress. Yeah, Charlie Kirk, man. He's a common... Let me see. Charlie Kirk so he calls it womanface, being trans. It's like blackface. He said, well, if they were doing blackface, they'd get, you know, like ridiculed for that, but they could do women face with no consequence. And it's like, bro, do you live under a rock or what? Because like people are always pissed that somebody like is trans, you know? And not as many. If anything, I would say that there's a decent percentage of white people that don't get mad when someone does blackface. You know how we know that? Because they keep fucking doing blackface. These white people keep doing that. I just saw a video of these people in Utah doing it. Fucking Utah. There's no black people there, dude, except for the Jazz. That's pretty much it. And they're still, like, making fun of black people. Like, where are you even getting these impressions from? Is it just from watching Jazz games? Like, what the hell? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I know a girl from Utah, and, like, she dates like mostly black guys, and I just find that kind of funny because it's like, how did you even develop that preference? Like growing up in Utah with like no black people, just very interesting. I feel like she's just like rebelling against like the whiteness of Utah. Oh man, but it's funny. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, fair play to her. Doesn't affect my life. Like, do what you do, girl. I mean, like I mostly have dated black girls, so I can't fucking say anything. I'm not mad. I don't feel entitled to you as a white woman. I don't care. Go do what you want to do, man. It's funny though. It is funny, I have to say. So he was saying that one of the arguments that Charlie Kirk was making was that poor people, if a poor person robs a bank, they should still go to jail. And it's like, okay. The problem is, you're saying like rich or poor, they should still go to jail. That's what he was getting at. The problem is, rich people steal massive amounts of money every single fucking day, and they never get in trouble for it. Bernie Madoff got in trouble because he robbed rich people. Most rich people don't get in trouble for robbing people. They do shady shit, whether it's as simple as paying shit wages to their poor employees and keeping the lion's share of the money to themselves. That's at least morally wrong, if not like probably illegal in a lot of cases. I don't know what's not. Honestly, it's just. It's ridiculous. His point was he like self-owned. It's like, okay, yeah, they should. You're right. So let's punish the rich people for robbing banks too. They literally do that. They literally do that. It may not be like with a gun going into the bank and shit, but they literally do white collar crime every single fucking day and get away with it. You know. Like. They talk about white privilege. For one, I don't like the word because I feel like a lot of the stuff that is white privilege really should just be human rights. So I don't like the word. I feel like, no, we should strive for more than that. We shouldn't be like, oh, they're privileged, they get this special treatment. It's like, that should be the treatment for everyone. Like, let's say that. Like, I just feel like it's like bad marketing, Just like Black Lives Matter might not be the best marketing. I support the movement, but and I have supported it for years, since 2015 probably, honestly, or even earlier than that. 2015 at the latest. I dropped a song about it in 2016. But yeah, I've supported it for the longest time. And I think that it could be stronger. I don't know. Black Lives Matter just sounds mild. It's like it should probably be a stronger message than that. But then again, people couldn't even deal with the mild message. So what do I know? Just feel like it's a weird phrase. Like, yeah, they matter. Let's go above and beyond. Like, just mattering is not enough. Mattering isn't enough. Mattering is the bare minimum, really. We need better than that. We need better than that for black people. They deserve better than that. So that's what I would say. But I don't know. Hopefully people don't take that the wrong way. I support it, but the more I've thought about it, I just feel like it should be like black lives deserve better. Black lives deserve more. I don't know. Just a thought. It's not mattering is not enough, bro, because just to matter, a lot of things matter. Everybody matters. I'm not trying to say all with the all lives matter bullshit, but I'm just saying it's like, yeah, we gotta stop killing black people. We gotta stop doing this crazy shit in this world. Stop killing Palestinians. Stop killing Israelis. Like, it's too much goddamn killing in the world for as advanced of a society as we are. It's just, how are lives ending in such meaningless ways? It's like, why the fuck is this happening? It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, I would say the white privilege thing, I don't think is I don't think it's good marketing. Now, rich privilege trumps white privilege every day of the week. Because if you're rich, it doesn't matter what color you are, you can get away with fucking anything. If you're rich, man, you can get away with murder. Literally, you can get away with murder if you're rich. So that's what I would say. Rich privilege is more of a thing than white privilege. Now, it kind of, a lot of rich people are white, a lot of white people are rich, you know, but, or not a lot of white people. Not a lot of people are actually rich, but a lot of rich people are white, right? Especially in America. Well, and I'm sure England and fucking other European countries, but you get the point. So, a lot of rich people are white, high percentage in America, and they get special privileges. They get away with a lot. So I think that's more of a privilege. Because, like, there are. Okay, so if you rob a bank as a poor white person, as a poor black person, your life's probably fucked either way, right? If you're a rich person, you could get away with that shit. You can literally buy judges, you know, you can pay off the courts and you'll be fine. Poor person can't do that. Middle class person can't really do that. Rich people can do that. I don't know, just a thought. Just a thought. And history is written by the winners, you know, so question everything. Think about who owns the sources that you read. Think about what their motives are because history is written by the winners. So there's going to be a lot of bias in there, a lot of propaganda in there, and you're not going to get all the information all the time. So that's definitely a thing. So stay woke, my friends. History is written by the winners. So my reading update, I read 2 Hemingway books this week. I read The Snows of Kilimanjaro and Other Short Stories, and oh my god, and The Old Man and the Sea. I almost forgot for a second. So both very good, you know, I enjoyed them. The Old Man and the Sea it's crazy how much of a story you can tell in such a short amount of time. It's not even 100 pages. I read it in a day. Once I had a plan of like, okay, I'm going to check this book out. I'm going to read it in a day. And I did it. I actually finished a good like 40 pages of Snows of Kilimanjaro and Other Short Stories that day. And I read this 93 page, at least the edition I had was like 93 pages, I think. Old Man in the Sea. So, in the same day. So I felt pretty good about that. I really went out of my way to like get it done, you know, and it was a good experience. I think if you have the time to read a book that short and you can just get through it in a day, I think that's the best way to read it. It's like you just get to remember everything in that span. And I'm having a little trouble retaining everything. When I read these books, I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to retain all the information, but I'm trying my best. And I think I'm getting better. Started reading a new book this week. Well, immediately after that. And it's been a little tough. It's a Japanese British author who won a Nobel Prize. You could probably narrow it down. I don't remember the name, but it's called Buried Giant. That's what I started reading. So I'll update y'all on that soon enough. Reviews. KZRO reviews. So KZRO reviews this week. I didn't get to go to the theaters, unfortunately. I mean, I had shopping to do for birthdays. I had birthday celebrations to do. Still got some coming up for Kurt the Hero. But I got to watch People Under the Stairs. It's an old Wes Craven movie, and I enjoyed it. It was different. It was definitely a different vibe. If you don't know Wes Craven, he made a bunch of the Scream movies. He made Nightmare on Elm Street, and he made a new Nightmare. He made a Swamp Thing movie. He made a lot of movies. They call him like Master of Horror. And this was a horror movie with comedic elements. and it was good. I would recommend it. It's good '90s vibes, you know. Had Ving Rhames in it, you know. He was hard piping in there, but I give it 7.5 Zeus slaps, guy. That's what I give it. That's why I give it 7.5 Zeus slaps, guy. Watch some terrible Tubi movies. It's funny to watch them because they're like they almost hit, but it's like missing something. It's like like maybe the story's good, but the acting sucks. Or like maybe the acting is okay, but the story sucks. And it's just like it's always missing that little something. But I applaud them for trying. It's time for Tubi and Tube Steak. If you're down to get piped down, hit me up, ladies. Tubi and Tube Steak. You know the vibes. So, I guess, like, I wanted to break down that Halloween dance party a little more. There was, like, it's cool to go to those because there's, like, cool costumes. And the funny thing is I've been to another event at that venue, and there were, like, just as many costumes not on Halloween. It's just that type of thing. People wear costumes to dance music, like that's just what they do. So to see Michael Myers dancing very quickly and crazily was funny. See someone dressed as Michael Myers and moving like that, because Michael Myers is slow. Everyone knows that. So to see him moving like that was pretty funny. Someone had like the shark, like that left shark from Katy Perry. Seeing that thing dance around was fun, just up and down like sharks. And then someone had a frog, same thing. It was just the frog looked like it licked itself, like it had this look on its eyes, like, you know. It was fun though. It makes it more fun with the costumes, I would say that, and the fact I got to go with my brothers made it more fun. It did make it more fun. I'll give it that. So I wait. Oh my man. Oh man. But before that, on the night before Halloween, going into Halloween, I have passes for Universal, right? I haven't been using them lately. I decided to use it again. It was the end of the month. The month is almost ending. I didn't get to do the horror nights. I didn't realize that it was only at night. I thought that they would have it during the day. So I had a plan to meet Diaresia Stain for my money, and she said to get there at 9. So I get there. I actually got there like 8:30, right? But I had to leave the park. The park was almost 3 hours away. Universal is almost 3 hours away from Chula Vista, and at least at that time. So I left there at like 6 to get there. I got there a little after 8:30, I think. So it was 2.5 hours, and it was actually supposed to take 3, but I think I cut through some traffic. I think it was closer to 8:45 really, or like 8:40. So it was almost 3 hours. It was close. And I waited there, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I'm able to contact her. I'm getting emails, getting some texts sporadically and shit, but I don't hear from her, And I wait there for 15 hours before I'm finally like, I'm gonna leave. Like, I can't get a hold of you. I stayed up all night. I almost got in accidents because I'm trying to like drive around and keep myself awake, and then I would pull over and sleep for 5 minutes and then get woken up by one of her emails or some shit. And like, it was just a nightmare, man. I wanted to get that money back so I could get gifts for my brothers and for their birthdays and all that. I still got them stuff, but I had to like put it on credit and shit, and it's like I didn't want to do that, And it just sucked. Like, I'm just sitting there fucking waiting for hours and hours and hours, and I can't get a hold of her. And it's like, I showed up at the place she wanted to meet, which was this motel. I showed up at the time she wanted. I waited there till about 3:30, and then I started like doing my own thing. I started working because I was like, fuck this, man. It's taking forever to get a hold of this bitch. And I couldn't get a hold of her. Like, I couldn't get a hold of her consistently enough to meet up with her. She's saying like she's gonna get a phone from Walmart so she could reach me, because we've been having this issue where she's not getting my texts or calls, I'm not getting her texts or calls, and it's just ridiculous. I've never seen that bad of service before. Like, if that's even true, I don't know what to believe from that girl. Honestly, like, it gets more unbelievable by the day, the shit she says. But yeah, that was a terrible fucking night. Just terrible. And I didn't get an apology or anything. You know, I heard from her. I didn't hear from her for like 5 days after that. You know, and I've endured all this fucking abuse, like, from her. Like, she called me broke at certain points. She, like, even though like I fucking lent her money, like, the girl, this is the Diaresia Stain, which is her nickname, is the girl who owes me $6,000. So it's like she owes me this money, and it keeps getting fucking dicked around, and like there's just all types of new obstacles, you know. And it's just the insults and like the guilt trips. I'm just so fucking done with it, man. And I actually have an update for y'all, because before, when I was writing this, I hadn't heard from her. Now I actually heard from her, and she told me that she got her phone stolen. So if I've been writing to her or calling her or anything, that she told me to stop doing that because they have her phone. Now, I did call her earlier and they rejected the call. So I thought that was really interesting. It shows me that this person, if this is true, I actually believe her on this, because it's just, I don't know why she'd make that up. It could be a lie. But now it's like, now I have to wait for her to get a new phone. It's just like, how many fucking things are going to go wrong? It's just crazy. Like, you got like the worst luck in the world or some shit. How the fuck have I not, like, I don't even know if I told y'all, but like, she lost her wallet, so she lost her ID and her cards and shit last week. She lost all that. Now she got her phone stolen. Like, she just fails at life, like, so fantastically. Like, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this level of failure from anyone at life before, and it's just incredible. I can't believe it. I've never seen anything like it. Honestly, I don't know what to think. I'm just like blown away. How the fuck have you managed to fail this badly? What is going on? You know, it's just, it's crazy. It really is crazy, man. And I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. Like, I don't believe her for shit anymore, honestly. Yeah, this, you know, this Money Saga, it's made me even better at like recognizing people's bullshit. Like, seeing like, oh, if I say this, then they're gonna try to play a victim about it, even though I'm not in the wrong. So let me not say that, because I don't want to deal with that bullshit. So I just started, like, everything's like a positive thing now. There's no insults. It's like, oh, I would really appreciate it if I could get my money back by this time. Oh, I'd really appreciate it if you know, that type of stuff. Like, making it more of like a positive thing than like, hey, I really need my money back. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, it's taken you 3.5 months, almost 4 months now to get it back. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's not even your money in the first place. Like, you got it from someone else. Like, how have you not paid me? That's like what my mind is thinking. That's what's racing through my mind. But I say stuff like, I'd really appreciate if I could get my money back now. Like, stuff like that, where it's like, just more positive, because she'll bitch for hours and days on end. Like, she's still mad about me fucking not being super polite about her owing me money. And it's like 3 weeks ago, when I had no patience for her ass, after getting dragged out there for like the 10th fucking time and coming up empty handed, I was a little short with her, and I wanted her to show me the money in her account. After all that fucking she tries to throw it back in my face like I was mean to her, and it's just like, man. Like, people who talk shit and play the victim after they get clapped back on are like some of the worst fucking people, man. Like, I'm gonna get back to that, but It's some of the worst people out there. And part of it is the ego thing. I feel stupid for like doing this, like trusting her and having it go this badly so far, where it's just like, okay, now I'm missing like multiple deadlines. Like I'm putting my, like I'm in debt right now, like a little bit, not much debt, but it's like I'm in debt that I shouldn't even fucking be in because you owe me money. You know, like I keep having to buy shit on credit and I don't want to do that. So I just had to pay rent. I had to pay rent, had to pay bills, and I still didn't get my fucking money back. Had to pay rent, pay bills, and get birthday presents. Didn't get my money back, so what could I do? I paid for most of that with my account, and then I had to use a credit card to buy gifts. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep running up debt. I ran up a bunch more debt this week, and it's just not fun, you know? So, I've been working 70 to 84 hours a week to make up the money. And so when y'all see me falling asleep on here sometimes, that's exactly why. In fact, I could probably sleep right now. Straight up. I get tired. I think this is just such a cathartic thing. And it's like I'm in a comfortable place doing this, and every time I just get sleepy, especially towards the end. So I am sorry about that, but it's pretty funny. Part of me is like, oh, I should take this out, but part of me is like, honestly, this is an interesting document of like what what thoughts go through my mind when I'm sleeping, you know? Because I'm not like fully asleep either. It's like this weird like place in between sleep and not sleep, and I've done it quite a few times on here. And I am sorry about that, but something about it. It's weird because I wouldn't do that on the audio only form of this show, but I do it on the video form. Something about being on video. Maybe it is taking my soul. You know how people believe that the camera takes your soul? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Oh man. Man. People think I talk wild, but they don't realize like how many times I bite my tongue. There's so many things. I've had to bite my tongue a lot with diarrhea. She will go off. She sent me like, you know, anywhere from 10 to fucking anywhere from 10 to 60 texts at a time. She sent me. Well, that's weird, huh? Should do that like that. What's up? She sent me, and I can't deal with that shit. It's too much. I'm not trying to read all that every time. Like, the fuck, man? Just send me a novel. Mail me a novel or something. Put all your feelings in there. Maybe I'll read it sometime. It's just ridiculous. Like, why are you mad? These aren't your lines. I'm supposed to be mad about this shit. I'm like exhausted, honestly. I'm not even that mad anymore. I'm just like, I hate it because part of my mind is like, fuck this, like this isn't worth it. And then I'm like, no, this is exactly what she wants. Like she wants you to just give up and keep her money. But I'm gonna take her ass to court if it keeps up. I'm gonna fucking write to her mother-in-law. Basically, that's what that lady is. Be like, yo, this bitch like didn't keep her word. It's been 4 months. Like, give me my fucking money back. That's gonna be the next step. I was about to do that when I didn't hear from her for 5 days, and by the 5th day, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking take this bitch to court like right now. She doesn't realize. I don't know if she thinks she can get away with that, but considering that she has like identity theft shit on her record, and like she almost went to jail a couple months ago, like she really gotta lay low. She's gonna get fucked if she tries anything. So I don't know what she's thinking, but like you're gonna end up going to jail fucking around like that. Honestly, it's stupid, and you kind of deserve it. Honestly, jail might be good for you because you're so fucking disorganized that they will straighten your ass out in jail. You know, you'll have to be organized to live in there. So yeah. Oh man. I have to. I bury my thoughts on like Palestine on here, but I do think it's awful what's happening to the people there. Just, it's been years and years. I went to junior high with Palestinian kids, you know, and like over time, more and more Palestinian kids, and honestly, like I kind of learned about that struggle firsthand and seeing like how Israel treated Palestine, and I don't think either side is 100% right or wrong, you know. And honestly, it's not even Israel versus Palestine, but they are killing a lot of Palestinians. Like supposedly they're just going after Hamas. I read that only like 13 people in Hamas have actually died since this started, and like the other thousands of people is mostly just civilians that Israel's killed. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I feel like Palestine deserves better, and their celebrities like DJ Khaled won't speak up for them, so we got to do that, you know. So I hope Palestine will be okay. I hope they thrive, and I hope they make it through any type of conflicts. So yeah, that's what I'd say. I'm not laughing about that. I'm laughing because I noticed myself starting to get tired again. Oh man. So the dating pool is crazy, you know. I've seen like mid-face gold diggers living in Texas. Like they're not even pretty. They got like decent bodies, but it's makeup that makes them look like presentable. Because I see them without makeup, I'm like, girl, you are very average for you to be like a gold digger and like wanting the best, like thinking you're entitled to like all this shit, you know? It's it's like you gotta do better than that. Mid face gold diggers in cheap ass Vegas, man. In cheap ass Vegas. Vegas is so cheap. I was looking at it and it's like 800 for a 2 bedroom and shit. And I'm like, damn. If I liked it more, that'd be cool. But I'm not the biggest fan of it. But there's actually a good amount of places like that. So I thought that was interesting. There's a good amount. Yeah, I want to spread love. I hate hate. I hate negativity. Is it? And do you think it's more? Is it more negative to hate hate? Is it more negative to hate hate or love hate? What do you think? Which one is more negative? Because if you hate hate, does that make it like a positive? Like that means that you love love. But if you love hate, then are you just a negative person and you're embracing all the negativity and it makes you happy that it's negative? I don't know. I don't have the answers here. Just something to think about. Some articles say that you shouldn't shower every day, but fuck that. I will shower every day, probably multiple times a day. We are not doing that. That's nasty. Stop trying to tell us that. These celebrities, like I think Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis were some, and look at them. I mean, they support rape. So should we really take, like, cleanliness advice from them? Fuck that. I'm just, I mean, I'm messing around, but honestly, I'm not listening. I'm not going to them for advice, regardless of like how they fucked up lately. I don't look at them and think, you know what? If I feel lost in my life, I'm gonna ask Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh man, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I want to spread love though, and I got like too much sleep last night. I think I got almost 9 hours. I've just been fucked up all day. I felt tired, like I had a headache, and it's just like, is my body just broken? Because that should not be how it is. I should feel like amazing that I slept that long, but apparently, I don't. Oh man. So like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get to that another time. There's stuff I have on here. I think I'm gonna get to it another time because I got other shit to talk about. For now, KZRO Sports. The Lakers finally beat the Clippers, but the Clippers have James Harden now, so that hallway series is gonna be interesting. This is the last year for it. Maybe this is the year that it'll happen because the Clippers are moving to the Intuit Dome. I mean, I bet you even at the Intuit Dome, it's going to be more Lakers fans. LA is just so much more about the Lakers than the Clippers, you know? So it would be funny to see. Especially since the Lakers used to play at the Forum, and that venue's going to be close to the Forum. At one point, they wanted to play at the Forum. I'm just like, yo, that just seems wrong for the Clippers to be at the Forum. I don't know. To me, anyway. And the Lakers ain't even there. I thought that was weird. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too far into this. Let's see what else. Yeah, too much sleep last night. So Dell told me that he piped a. Oh wait, my bad. I was doing sports. I almost lost track of that. So did the Dorios make a mistake with Corey Seager? He's now a two-time World Series MVP. I think they did. They let him go for Trey Turner. Trey Turner was never going to stay. Maybe they would have had to pay Seager too much, but he's a two-time World Series MVP. So is there even a too much? Like, he's probably going to win again at some point. Especially, imagine if they got Shohei Ohtani. That'd be crazy. They might. There's a rumor that the Rangers could get him. I want the Dodgers to get him, but there's a rumor the Rangers could swoop in there, so you never know. Yeah, I think they messed up, though. I think they messed up. Gavin Lux got hurt. He didn't end up being the shortstop, so just all in all, they got wrecked. So Fury and Ganu I talked about last week. I don't think it was really a robbery. Watching it live, not scoring it as closely as I could have, I gave it to Ngannou by a point, but I mean the punch stats had Fury landing more, and I don't know. I'm not going to say they're wrong, so I'll probably just go with. I want to watch it again, and I think they should rematch. That's all I'd say. The 49ers win without playing. The whole division lost today, so. That was a good look for the Niners. Everybody lost, so everybody moved down in the standings, and now they're further behind the Niners. So there you go. Niners. It's bang bang Niner gang, ladies and gentlemen. And now, let us read from the Book of Grav. Bing, bing, bing. The hearts are hidden in a hideous haze. I'm destroyed in their insidious ways. Your hoes will never get me any way, you see. I pass y'all around so playfully. I'm what lazy people hate to be. I smack a whack rapper up so playfully. Dancing on him in my Zyke kicks. Shooting shots at you shiesty dicks. This life was picked. It's pricey but rewarding. Full of surprises. We can't be boring. Mind, body, and soul fully dedicated. Saying humble. I can have my head inflated. But don't step to greatness. No depth can fade this. Better make sure zero reps the playlist. I got to be every song for eternity. My turns will be tourniquets. I earned it earnestly. Yo. Hold on, the hook was on the other page. They barely try. That we can verify. But they make millions to share their lives. I'm navigating, but I don't know where to fly. Coming in so hot, I scare the skies. Yo, yo, yo. Thank you for listening. This has been Zero Grav. I was going to throw in a little. We saw Dell this week. Chardell's story time. He told me this girl that he's piped. Her husband got a 5-cent raise. I never even heard of that. I didn't know it was legal. I'd be hot if I got that. I think I'd be madder if I got a 5-cent raise than no raise at all. I know that seems irrational, but like irrational. That seems irrational, but like what the fuck? 5 cents is just crazy disrespectful. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I got a 5-cent raise. I'd be super pissed. Ladies, if you like me, I'm single. If your friends like me, I'm single. If you don't like me, tell your enemies I'm single. So I can pipe. I was wondering if they call it Golden Corral because fat cows graze there because everyone's big as fuck. It makes sense. You know, a corral holds cattle. I think I know what they're getting at. That's what Golden Corral is, isn't it? I don't know. I was listening to another podcast where they were making fun of people going to Golden Corral, but they didn't hit that on the head. And I snatched it, and now it's mine. And that shit is funny. But thank y'all for listening. I appreciate you. One love to everybody out there. This Big Zero. For fucking ever. Peace.